when I was called names at school, like you have cancer or you look like Caillou, or just questions like why are you bald, they would help me with it and give me a hug. And then they would say what parents say, it's okay because you're
Hmm.
pretty anyways and it doesn't really matter. So that's how they would help me with it.
So what were some of the things? Well, no, let me back up a little bit. Do you remember what you thought when you noticed that your hair was falling out? Did your mom find it, or did you notice the hair falling out yourself?
I'm pretty sure my mom found it.
Okay. And do you remember what she said to you when she told you that your hair was falling out?
No.
No. But how did you feel when you finally understood that you had the same condition that your father had? How did you feel?
Cause I figured this out when I was like 7
Okay.
that he had alopecia. So I was like, I'm not the only person that has it,
Mm-hmm.
that more people have it besides
Mm-hmm.
me. Like, I'm not alone
Exactly.
in this world.
Wow. Now I'm gonna ask you. I just got to ask you a couple more questions because I'm just curious. What was it like when you went to school? Because you talked about how some of the kids would call you names and things like that. What did you say to some of the kids? Did you ever tell them what alopecia was?
Yeah, something happened a couple of months ago where this kid told me that I have cancer, and I told him I do not have cancer. I actually have alopecia. And I told him what it was, and then he had a talk with one of our deans at the school
Mm-hmm.
because he was calling people names for no
Mm-hmm.
reason because of something that somebody else did to him. So
Mm-hmm.
he called me a name out of his anger.
Mm. And you know that's how bullies. I won't call them a bully, but sometimes people say things to you out of their own hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you were able to respond the right way. So I have to give you high five on that, and I got to give you a virtual hug for being the bigger person and educating him and speaking up for yourself. I have to give you some credit for that. You're such a strong young girl. So let me ask you this, Destiny. If you saw another little girl with alopecia, what would you tell her to encourage her?
Um, I have a friend that has alopecia. She lives in San Diego. And the other day she was like getting picked on by other people. So I told her to not listen to them because they're just making fun of you because they just want to make themselves feel better. So to another little girl that has alopecia and people are making fun of you, or you're just like sitting at home doing nothing, I would say go out there, and if people make fun of you, it doesn't really matter because at this point, this world has something going on. And at this point, we need to be together instead of being apart. And at any point, we need to stay together instead of being apart. So if people are making fun of you, there's no reason for it. So just don't listen to them.
I know that's right. You better go. That's
My
awesome.
girl.
I know she has amazing parents, so I see why she is as wise and smart as she is because it speaks volumes to you and your wife. And my heart is just full. It's so full right now. Let me ask you. Thank you so much, Destiny, for sharing. Now, Tito, just real quick, what as you think about your journey, what was one of the most hurtful things someone said to you concerning alopecia?
Uh, I mean, there's so many names. Baldy, cancer, uh,
Mm.
and sometimes as I grew older, I would actually get upset when they would say I had cancer because um, I would get mad because cancer is something that's actually more is as challenging as having alopecia, but there are more things connected to towards cancer that they have a different journey than we do,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say, I'm not considered worthy of you saying I have cancer because someone who has
Exactly.
cancer is like powerful, and they're strong. They go through certain things in life, and so I said I can't take that title. I said I don't have cancer because you got to be strong to have cancer, and so don't give me a title that I can't hold on to. This is what I have, So uh, and I would always kind of like correct them with that, and it was hard at first, but you get names growing up, having people older kids take off your hat in the middle of the classroom, you know, those are the worst ones because it's almost like you will feel like totally exposed, totally naked, and it's one of those feelings that now doesn't matter because I rock my blue crown everywhere I go, uh, and you know, Destiny when she did it, I mean it took me to the age of 20 years old to actually remove my hat. It was the first time when I removed my hat.
Mm.
Uh, in Destiny's case, I remember a day. I think she was 6 at the time, 6 or yeah, I think she was 6 or 7, and she would always wear a beanie, always
Okay.
wear a beanie. And one day she decided to go with me to the store, and we go out to the store, and I noticed that she's not wearing her beanie, and her older sister was gonna kind of remind her, hey, and I said, shh, kind of like, let's see what's going to happen. What's going on?
Mm.
Is she forgetting, or is she taking her next move, her next step in her journey? What is it? So she's walking outside, and I say, okay, all right, and we get to my car, and she can see herself in the reflection of the glass,
Mm.
and she's kind of like she's checking herself out. And I'm like, okay, so I know she knows. So I play it off like there's something going on, and we make it to the grocery store, and as soon as we get to the grocery store, there it is. There's a father with a little boy and giving my daughter the stare down, and I'm like, okay, here he goes. Here it
Mm.
starts, and it's happening, and I know how that feels because I've been through that. But all of a sudden, as she goes into the fruit area,
Mm-hmm.
the produce aisle, a beautiful lady walks up to her and says, hey, you are the most beautiful thing I have
Oh.
ever seen. I love
Mm.
your earrings. And all of a sudden, I saw my daughter's shoulder just be
Mm-hmm.
lift up. She lifted up her shoulders, and she just started strutting down the produce aisle. And I said, okay. And then someone else gave her an affirmation, and oh, my God, you are so gorgeous. And her walk changed. And that was the last day that she wore a beanie.
Mm.
She went from a beanie to a headband.
Wow.
When you wear a headband, 80% of your head is exposed,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
And I'm dropping her off at school, and she walks out of my car, and she's going into the school, and I'm just saying every kind of prayer you can think of. I'm having
Mm.
more anxiety moments on my end as I'm driving
Exactly.
out. And the first thing is saying, how was school? And did people saying this? Is yeah. How did you feel? Says I don't care. I says
Mm.
okay, all right. And
Oh, that's
at
sweet.
that moment, I knew that she was going to be okay.
Yes.
That moment that I knew that maybe the stories that I was sharing with her were
Mm-hmm.
making her strong. I wouldn't sugarcoat anything. I would say you're going to go through this. This is going to happen, but you're also going to be strong. You're going to discover
Wow.
some talents inside of you that you never thought you had.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have some painful moments. You're going to wake up not feeling beautiful. One day you're going to
Mm-hmm.
wake up and you're feeling all that in a bag of chips. Uh, it's a roller coaster ride. Uh,
Yes.
but I know that if you continue to discover who you are
Mm-hmm.
and let you know that your hair is not your identity. It's only an
Yes.
accessory.
Exactly.
Uh, you are a person. You have talents,
Mm-hmm.
and God is gonna walk you through it. Just like He
Exactly.
walked me through. He's going to walk you through. And in that moment, I knew. And then one day, all of a sudden, she just stopped wearing headbands.
And there she is.
And this is who she is. So she's
rocking
my
her
hero.
crown. Yes.
Yeah, she's my hero because I did it at the age of 20. She did it at the age of 6.
Wow.
And you know, for to have that kind of confidence, that speaks volumes to me.
Yes.
It makes me feel that her future is secure because of her self-esteem.
Yes.
And it's amazing. I feel free. Before I was asking God to heal her. It was almost like, please fix her, you know? And God was kind of telling me, you know, she's already healed. You're looking for a specific kind of healing your way. You have given it a name. You have given it a form. But God has given her a healing already in a whole different way that you may not understand right now, but she is already healed. So I stopped looking for the healing and I started looking for who she is through this circumstance and how God was working everything out.
Wow.
That's who she is.
Wow. That was good. That was really good. I have just 2 more questions that I'm going to, actually 3, but I want to ask, and I'm putting you on the spot real quick here, Destiny. I would like for you to, because I know your mom is watching, and I would like for you to speak to your mom and to all mothers that are watching. What would you say to your mom? How would you thank your mom? Just talk to your mom and to the mothers that are listening from a daughter that has alopecia.
I would say thank you for everything. Oh man, I'm going to cry.
That's okay.
I'm going to say thank you for everything that you've done for me and helping me through all of it. Oh my God. Through all of it. And by just standing there.
It's okay, honey. It's okay.
By just standing right beside me through everything and all the hard times and all the ups and downs. And that's it, because if I talk more, I'm going to cry more.
Okay. That's okay. I appreciate you saying that because, Destiny, you're being the voice for the little girls that won't have the opportunity to say that to their moms. And so you're being the voice for them. And I want to thank you for saying thank you to all the moms, not just your mom, but you're thanking all the mothers that have little girls like you that have alopecia. So I want to thank you for thanking your mother for being there for you. And I'm sorry if I made you cry. I didn't mean for you to cry. That was on my heart, and I just wanted you to. I wanted to ask you to do that. And Tito, real quick, what would you say to a father